right, we are slowly getting into the game. I'm seeing the map, but it's not really counting down the timer yet. But
spectator is like the first 10 to 15 seconds. It's just black and it needs to load for some reason. It's really weird because when you play, there are no problems at all. Like I played around 10 games today, all fine. And then when you go to spectator, it's just annoying.
All right, so we are onto the rift. So welcome, guys, for game 1 of today. It is going to be Team MoonZone taking it up against mCon, and it's going to be curious to see who is going to take the lead for this matchup. Don't think we're going to see any shenanigans in the other game, but
probably not. If you look at the level 1s, they just walk all like they move to the 5 spots in the lane just to block every entrance possible. And then Zyra and Braum, of course, walking to the bot lane, wanting to be in the lane first. So you don't want to give up your push control because that is a really important part of the level 1, especially with the jungler starting probably at the Raptor camp. So bot lane doesn't need to help them. Then you really want to have the push control.
Yeah, they are slowly waiting for each other. I wonder if one of them goes for the face check. Bernard is a Q up the sound and knows enough, but still takes quite a lot of damage. Looked a bit weird, like he Q'd, walked backwards, and then walked in again after hearing the sound cue.
Yeah, there was no reason to do that really, but it's fine. It's not that much damage yet. Ooh, a little bit more poke. Maybe Team MoonZone has already won the early game, right? A little bit of damage. It's interesting to see that both supports are not going for the ancient coin start. Because what it does, the support items are changed and they now have the quest items that once you hit 650 gold. But meanwhile, Jace is going to be really annoying.
Oh boy, is he going to chase him away? He's going to go pretty aggressive. That's risky though. Sigma has the opportunity to go back in, but Dana should be able to get away with the blast gun. I think he's going to be fine. Sigma still chasing, misses a Q. But here is I'm here. They're going to keep on chasing. I think that Dan has going to go and flash over the wall. Yes. There we go. So a lot of commitments, but
I'm not sure if it's worth it even for Team MoonZone. It's really annoying. Good play by Dan, but you have your flash gun, but Gangplank has the blue buff now. So Sigma is still level 1 without any experience and no smite. So he's going to be so extremely far behind. This whole early jungle pressure is just gone. It's just nothing there.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one for Sigma. So yeah, so they did blow the flash, so perhaps Sigma's going to take a risk and think like, okay, now I have to camp top just because, you know, Summoner's down. And if he gives an extra little bit of a push to the Gangplank, like Lenny already has the upper hand with the blue buff. So maybe he can extend the lead even further.
Yes, he might do that, but he already has a recall. And it just gives the opportunity for Donny, and Donny is really, really smart because he knows Sigma's either really low or gone back to base, so he invades it immediately and probably going for the red steal, I suppose. Maybe he's waiting for Sigma. No, he's going for the red buff, and this is just really smart because this limits the options for Sigma even further. And if the lanes can just get good wards and know where Sigma is and not get ganked, he's just so far behind.
Oh, we are into a pause. So that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I think that Donny took a bit of a gamble, like thinking, okay, maybe he had enough health to do perhaps an extra camp, maybe a Raptor camp or the red buff. So he set the wall, well, he placed the wall there, tried to set up something, but that's the setup for the red buff, I suppose.
Yeah, it was the right play by Sigma to recall because you saw immediately Donny going there. It will be interesting to see if Sigma can be there at the red buff in time. He's 1 level behind, but he does have his smite. And if he can smite the red buff away, it will help him tremendously. On top lane, you also see that Dan does have a lead. He's a little bit poked down right now. He has a CS lead and is pushing in the lane. So the blue buff doesn't help Lenny as much as we might have expected.
Well, luckily, my camera stopped right on top of Donny. And I can see that red buff only has 566 health left. Seeing as Sigma is just past the secondary turret, so I don't think he's going to make it.
No,
and we are going to get back in.
Definitely. Oh, this is so annoying as a jungler. if you're a Sigma right now, what are you supposed to do? There's just nothing you can do, and Donnie just keep the harassing. Oh, Sigma
Yeah, he's
will
even gonna
probably
go
get
for
it.
a move. Oh, a bit risky there for Donnie. Gets hit by the Sean, but at least Sigma gets away. As my screen unfortunately pops to the bottom lane there. Some action was going on, but not too important. Oh, look there onto Dixon.
Yeah, Monk getting rooted there is quite
Yeah.
low. But it's really interesting also to see that he starts with the Doran shield start. It's something that there's a lot of discussion right now. Do you want to start Doran's blade, Doran's shield, or longsword? And all options have their advantages, of course. But you see a lot of people now going Doran's shield because it gives now more health and restores a lot of health. Like restores 6 health every 5 seconds. And every time you're hit, you get 20 health back. So it's a lot of sustain you get from it. And you can get 2 potions right now instead of the previous one. So it's really good for a lane as Kate named Zyra because you know you're getting poked down a lot, right? So you want to get the Doran shield and have to sustain.
Yeah, it gives you some ways to deal with all the rats coming in. But still, they're doing pretty fine. I mean, right now, Monk has the upper hand in terms of CS. They're not too low. It's just Anthrax is a bit low-ish. But Monk is doing pretty fine.
Yeah, Bernice is missing a little. No, it's just, oh, they're going in.
They're going to engage. They want to go for Nightmares, but they instantly turn around. Bernard not being damaged at all, able to go for the auto attacks. But, however, both summoners have been burned by Nightmares. So that's a little bit of the risk when playing the Zyra. So now I wonder how much longer they can keep on pushing up in this lane because we already see the ping. Like Sigma knows, okay, Flash is down. I have an opportunity to go there.
Yeah, now they're recalled because they know they don't have to stay there anymore. But they're not playing. mCon is not playing the bot lane out as well as they should have. I think they should have an advantage in this lane, and right now they're getting forced back. Draenei staying is really dangerous. You need to be really careful and wait. Donnie meanwhile trying to get a gank on top lane, but Lenny is Lenny. Like he has the experience and he had a vision there. He's just playing really passive to just not get ganked.
Yeah, Lenny definitely not taking any hits at all. But yeah, so Bernache, I just checked that he didn't have enough for a BF sword. So he took the gamble. He's like, okay, I'll take one more wave. And then I'll go back to base to get my BF sword. He doesn't want to go home for either. Well, a pickaxe is like the worst thing that you can do, I suppose.
You can go for a Zeal, right? Because most people go BF into Zeal and then you go Zeal into BF. But of course, it's not as great as just a BF. It's just BF is just so nice as an AD carry. You can start out with it. And we see Xayah going for the Warhammer. Oh,
engaging top lane. Lenny going in with ult, but getting fully engaged. And he's in the wrong spot. And there we go. First blood for Lenny. Managing to get the upper hand on Danan. I almost thought that Danan was going to turn it around with the all-in. But he did not have enough damage, unfortunately.
Oh, it was a good play by Lenny. Really knowing his limits of his own champion and the enemy champion. Even though he doesn't play a lot of solo queue anymore, you see that he knows these matchups because he has played them so often. And really great play by him. Gangplank ultimate is down though, so the other lanes can play a little bit more aggressively right now because they don't have to be scared of the ultimate. And you see Donnie going in.
Yeah, Donnie on his way to the bot lane, but he is being followed, but he is going to go for the engage anyway. They jump up to Monk, but did not get the root, so Monk gets away, but they are all focusing onto Anthrax, who has the escape. And Monk is really not finished yet, still going back in for the poke, which is quite interesting. That was a close one. Flash has been built, exhaust as well.
Great play by Anthrax, who jump in with the shield and just saying, I am Brom, I'm your shield, I can just tank everything. And it just stops the roots, of course, so it's really great play. And Seb's going in, little bit of Seb getting hit on, little bit of damage on him, going back on Lime Heat, nothing too much to worry about for both sides. And just a little bit of poke here and there. And only 500 gold difference right now, so nothing too special. Sigma does want to see if he can steal the red buff, but Donnie is on his way.
That's interesting. Donnie spots him out. Places the control wars, just to be certain, but still vision is there, and there we go. The steal for Sigma. Can he get away with the blasting cone? Yes, he can. So revenge is there for Sigma. Finally gets back We're seeing that wrap up, but oh, Donny's gonna go after him. I don't want to go for the engage. Flash there from Sigma to get away from the shot blast, but here we go. It's a problem here for Aimee. Has to use the ulti, jump away from Sebs. Locks up for a little bit there.
Yeah,
that's gonna be annoying.
Definitely, but I have to say, Sigma's playing really, really well considering he started on such a disadvantage. He wasn't even scared to go counter jungling, and because of that, he could just continue to harass. But oh, Lenny's getting engaged on so little. One flash out to attack, and there is the kill. Beautiful play by Dan.
Insane.
He also knows his limits.
Yeah, for sure. Just making use of this power spike with this rated Dirk, extra lethality coming in there, and the attack down. Doesn't the burst on Lenny, which I for sure didn't expect right there, seeing that Lenny had the first skill on him, but still, look at the CS deficit though, and that's top lane.
Yeah, definitely is a big deficit. And it was a little bit of a greedy build by Lenny to go for the Stinger and get, instead of the Fates, to just get a little bit of attack speed instead of health, and you could definitely see that, because if he had just the 100 or 200 health more, he would have survived. And this is, here we see the Sigma special again, but mCon is prepared, they have the ward in the bush, so Sigma can't do anything here. It's a good try, but sadly doesn't pan out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're setting up for another play. Brunach still has to flash away early there. Might be able to go back for a re-engage. But look how low Monk is. Has to pop the heal, but the Ignite is there. There we go. Killed by Nightmares. And meanwhile on the top lane, Lenny back in trouble. And here is Donny coming in for the kill. Not going to give it away to Dan. Which is a bit mean, I suppose. But
Kill
nevertheless, kill, I suppose.
Yeah, it's still fine. It's really good. That's a really great play, turn of events for mCon. Getting 2 kills immediately, getting the first top turret as well. So much gold, and at once 1.5k gold advantage instead of a 500 gold deficit. So it's 2k gold swing immediately because of the plays they're setting up. And here you see the damage of Zyra Caitlyn. It's just so much damage. You get the Ignite taking away, and Monk just not able to dodge all the abilities with his ultimate. It looked like it was a good play, but he missed all his feathers, so he couldn't also call them back, of course, and do damage to Caitlyn or Zyra.
Wait, I'm confused. Lenny already has a Stinger. Why did he buy 2 daggers?
I'm sure. Maybe we're really dumb and we just don't know the build path of Triforce. It could be.
No. That's interesting.
No, it's Fate. I'm looking it up. It's Fate. It's definitely Fate. That has to be built. So, yes, I'm not sure what he's going to do with those.
Alright, maybe. No, I don't know.
I think you want to finish your Infinity Force first on Gangplank. It's so strong. There are other options, of course. You can go Phantom Dance or items like those, or you see those Terrorks. Like, there's a lot of opportunity. Like, you can go a lot of different ways with Gangplank right now, especially since Triforce has now crit. So you can choose. You can go for the Infinity old standard Infinity Edge build and go for full crit. You can go for the tanky build with Triforce into Terrorks and Phantom Dancer. So you do a lot of damage still, but you're also really tanky. And I'm not sure what he's going for, but we'll see in the next couple of minutes. And you see Donny just staying around top lane, trying to get the Gangplank down, which is really the right play in my opinion, because a Gangplank fat is just a champion you don't want to deal with.
No, definitely. But however, they are in position. Sigma's there, and also Heat is in position. They do want to deny that blue buff steal attempt from Donny. They have to be careful. Seb's in the vicinity here.
Oh, the charm just about misses. The stun misses from Sebs, and they get the blue buff still. They give it over to Jace. So Lenny is just really sad Gangplank right now. And they go for the Rift Arrow right now, which is a really good play, because it's just so much easier to get the Rift Arrow right now, and it's a lot stronger than it used to be. Sigma doesn't just want to give it away, he's in the vicinity and looking for the steal.
Let's see if he gets it, but in the bot lane, meanwhile, they have to engage onto Apex, but they seem to be getting away, but they have to fight onto Donny. Aimee is going in to get the kill with Sigma. Sigma tries to get the seal. I think, yeah, he did get it. And the chase is on with Dan, but I do think that he's in a safe position, but at least he managed to get that Rift Herald right there.
Great play. It's a little bit of a weird play from mCon because you go for the Rift Herald and then Seps just moves away from there for some reason. It's if you go for a play like Rift Herald, it's easier to go. Oh, the damage!
Wow.
Just
All
not
right.
enough. But if you go for that play, go with all three of your people. You don't really need to be in the mid lane right now there.
Yeah.
And you see that because they went away and there was a 2v3, Team MoonZone could just collapse there, and they did it really well. Great kill on Donny, just in time to seal Rift Herald as well. And Sigma is now looking for the opportunity to kill Dan again.
Yeah, has his tent set up in the bottom lane, top lane. Sorry, wants to get a kill, but don't think he had. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he had any ward sacks left, but I was looking at it. But in the meantime, we do see action around the bottom lane. 3 people moving in towards Monk. Can they get an engage onto him? Doesn't look like Brunache is going to follow. So they just go for some ward clearance and no action around the dragon, so he can fall. But it is the ocean. So
Still in people's minds, the number 3 dragon, so it's not that important to take for them. It's a really great dragon, I think, to have. Just so much sustain you get out of it, but it really starts working when you got 2 or 3 ocean dragons. The first one, a little bit mediocre. When you get more of them, it gets better and better. A lot of pressure around the bottom jungle side of Team MoonZone. They're clearing all the vision. It's really great what they're doing because they create a lot of pressure right now. And then they can
engage onto Sebs. Charm hits. So I'm Heat. Sorry for interrupting there, but he did not
no
have enough to get the kill. So yeah, they do put a lot of pressure onto Team MoonZone there. I figured they want to go set up some ward control in the bottom side area of the jungle, and perhaps go for the rotation to mid lane to pick up that turret because it's already pretty low. It's like under half HP from Sebs alone, but do not decide to go for it. But here, Sigma position in the bottom lane summons the Herald. Want to go for the push. He does not land the Sonic Wave onto Nightmare, so at least if they say go for flash engage on Brunache, get the kick on Brunache, flashes away, can't get out. It does seem to look like it had to pop 2 summoners though.
And there's a teleport from Dan and he's going behind. Everyone is moving bot lane.
Oh boy, 5-man sack in the bottom lane, and now the drop for Anthrax and Sigma. There's that teleport coming in from Lenny, so they do need to get a good group up. Donnie not scared at all, wants to go in. Anthrax can he survive this? They are mixed up in between the third and the enemy team. There goes one first down. Sigma tries to water hop away, but the Brunache is there, so that's supposed to kill him. Oh, and then gets the second kill. And it looks like Sigma actually, oh, they do get a kill onto Brunache, but
and that is a
full 4-for-1. That's insane.
total disaster for Team MoonZone. And what you see here is that Seps was moving way earlier than Amit, so Amit could do nothing there. He has his ultimate, he has flash, he has exhaust, but he's doing nothing in that fight. And you see that Seps can just come in. Brenner's overextending maybe a little bit, but Seps comes in and trades the kill back, and it's really mCon being the first. But now Amit is going with the charm hit. Oh, he's searching for Donny, but to no avail, sadly. But that's a great play. A little bit of an overextension there from mCon, and it's really good counter engagement from Amit. And this does open up the dragon if Sigma were to go there, but he's choosing to go to the top side and really clear his jungle.
Apparently, my mic is having issues, I'm hearing, so...
Yeah, your mic is having issues when you are really enthusiastic, right? So, and then it's really, it gives a lot of noise and just, like, not even like your robot, but just, I don't know. That's it. I'm not sure if you can do something about it, but...
I don't know. We'll find out.
If not, I'll need to be the one who's going enthusiastically and shout. I'm not sure if that's what the viewers want, but I can try.
I don't know. I'll try not to scream too much into the microphone. We'll see that. Alright, now Donny going a little bit forward here. Taking a little bit of a peeky there, but gets paid for it. down.
And you see that mCon is still hovering around the dragon and not doing too much. But what they do is like they got a top turret, they got a mid turret, they almost got the bot turret. So even though they're playing pretty well but making a few mistakes, because they have all the pressure so much, they just push in and get all the turret damage, and slowly but surely they get all the turrets. And then the dragon will just be a given at some point, because Team MoonZone just has to walk back and be under their second tier turrets.
So Team MoonZone under pressure. See if they can hold on. They have one outer turret remaining. The Seb's already there in position, and most of the team here from mCon is moving in. Actually, wow, Sigma's jumping onto Donnie. Not the best start he want to go for. He lands the kick, but then there is that gets the kill, and they finish it up with a second kill onto Sigma there. Nice pickup. Bit of a mistake there from Sigma, I would say, with the kick there onto Donnie's. I mean,
I think that what Donnie did was knock him up while Sigma was dashing further, so he couldn't kick him immediately, and so that saved his life. But you just can't make this plays for us if you're Team MoonZone, because Xayah and Braum are mid lane, and you don't know where their bot lane is, and you go in 2v2 with 2 people missing, and you just shouldn't do that, because as you see, Nightmare just come there and get the kills. It's a good use of Gangplank ulti though, gives a little bit of time again, but it's a 4k gold lead for Team mCon right now, and it's just so much.
Yeah, it was a bit of a risky play at least, so they do get another turret here, so that's a third turret down, and it's a 1 Team MoonZone. And you have to say that, like, even though the gold deficit isn't too high, the game really feels very in favor of mCon so far.
Yeah, definitely. Just save so much pressure. There's also finished quite a lot of items. You see Dan on 2 items right now with the Humus Ghostblade and the Black Cleaver. You see Seps on 2 items, and they're trying to look for the engage on mid lane.
Yeah.
They can't find it just yet, but this gives them the opportunity to go for the dragon, because Xayah had to use her ultimate, Gangplank ulti is down, and they're quite strong right now. Rennice, of course, will keep scaling the longer the game goes. Almost finished 2 items right now, and it should be a pretty easy pickup right now. Oh, I meet.
Yo, man, I mean, trying to go for the seal. That's a ballsy move.
Definitely, and I'm not sure if it's if you should do it, because now you have a lot less pick potential, but they are.
There you go. It's gonna get popped up, but there's a re-engage from Sep. Try and pick up, but do not get him. He gets away with his flash and just a sliver of HP, but.
Well, great play by Sigma, setting up, looking for the kills, looking for the picks, and it's definitely something they can do with the Ahri and the what we call Lee Sin, but now the bot lane is getting low, and then
gets a knockback though. That's gonna be enough actually. I didn't think they would get away with that easily. Though they have to kill.
That's why Amit shouldn't have had used his ultimate there on the dragon, because now he doesn't have it in this fight. You see that they can't continue the chase. And oh, Sigma, nice flash from Bernas to get away from there. Very well done. And mCon is now they want to stabilize the game again, just reset, get the lanes pushing again, finish your items. They have, let's see, Donnie has over 1,000 gold, Seps 1,000 gold. Caitlyn should probably be able to finish her next item, so they should really just reset the game again, place the wards by their items, and then try to go for the top side of the map.
Alright, so let's see how it's gonna pan out. See a little bit of pressure to the side, but I don't think that MoonZone can really do anything right now unless they get another pick onto perhaps Nightmares on Sarah.
Yeah, what I'd like to see from Team MoonZone is getting more control boards, because the way they really come back into this game is just one, stall the game really long because you have Gangplank, and so you have the potential for the late game, right? And secondly, they have a lot of big potential with Ahri and Lee Sin, so really get the control board. So mCon can't walk into your jungle, and when they do, they have to go in blind. And so that's your opportunity to go for the picks. It doesn't look like they go for the control wards, even going for things like a long sword instead of a control ward. And that's something
Yeah,
you don't want to see that.
frustrating for sure, but yeah, right now because of that, mCon has all the control around the Baron area. They popped out a couple of control wards. There was still a Scuttle Crab giving vision to Team MoonZone, but that was pretty much it. But I'm not going to do too much with it. Dan will has to get out safely. See the ulti from Lenny, but yeah, Monk was already turned around. He didn't want to go for that fight, so another ulti down. A four-man.
Great play by Dan. He's just soaking in the pressure on bot lane. They have to deal with them, or he gets a third. And if they don't, he gets a third. If they do, mCon gets all the control around the top side. So what they can do is mCon just go 1-3-1 and rotate between top and mid lane all the time and just push into the waves. And at some point, mCon of Team MoonZone has to contest. And when they contest, that's when mCon can really collapse and go in.
Yeah. Well, at least the good thing is that Lenny can hold off in the bottom lane sort of okay, but now I see Dan getting a couple of hits, managing to chunk down the turret rather quickly. So if it keeps on going this way, it's going to be a risky endeavor. Donnie finds Sigma. Sigma finds Donnie, however you want to call it.
Yeah. And mCon is just really patient right now. They have all the turrets that are up are at half HP right now, and that's just what they need to do. They don't need to do anything crazy. There's nothing they need to do. They're just winning by having the pressure game. So as long as they can keep this up.
Man.
Oh, He's going in.
Is he gonna go for it? No. That was not the best decision there.
He had to do something, right? Because now they were just dying really slowly.
Yeah.
now he died really quickly, so dying slowly, dying quickly.
Yeah.
In the end, it doesn't really matter. They get third mCon, that is, and
Yeah.
they will probably rotate mid lane, maybe go for the dive. If not, they just go for the turret damage. And there they
Oh.
go, okay.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the engage. Actually, it's 2 versus 3, and they get the kill into Bernash, and also Nightmare is gonna get killed there. So, in the end, there's gonna be no help. Donnie gets away, but that's pretty much it. So, very good turnaround from Monk and Anthrax.
Here you see the mechanics of Monk. We talked about that last week, and he's just such an aggressive player. And 2 against 3, he just goes in together with his Braum shield, and they get 2 kills. They force Donnie away, and they probably get the mid lane turret. And this is a great turnaround from Team MoonZone, and this is really what they needed.
Yeah, excellent move, but they still lost that inhibitor turret in the bottom lane, so they need to be careful. We also have the Dragon coming up. Ooh, flash forward there from Sebs, but North does not land the stun onto Dan. Or onto Monk, sorry. He does get away. So we have the Dragon spawning. It is going to be another Ocean. So it is going to help them to stack up to that first one they already got earlier.
Definitely. And if we look at the Gangplank build, he went for the Death Stance. It's pretty. It's a normal item. Like, it's your own choice. You can do it. It's probably pretty good against Jace because it gives you a little bit more damage to fight him, but it also gives you a little bit of tankiness, and you get some healing reduction, or like you take less damage in total. So
Yeah.
it could definitely help him in his 1-against-1. I've seen Bwipo buy it often when he went Gangplank, but that's over half a year ago. So that's some time ago. We have seen some item changes, but that's then still popular for Gangplank. And mCon
I was just going to say, I suppose it really does help against that burst potential coming out with the Jace, because it does convert a lot of the damage taken into bleed effect, so he has the opportunity to turn it around and sustain back a little bit before the bleed effect is done.
Yes, definitely. And we see mCon just continuing the 1-3-1. It worked so perfectly last time, and if they just keep this up, and especially if Brandash and Nightmares can just manage to not die, it sounds maybe a little bit harsh, but it's really all they have to do right now. Just push the wave in, get the vision control, and then rotate from top to mid lane. I'd like Dan to sometimes switch back to mid lane as well because he's so strong, but as I'm saying that, he's just hitting the inhibitor turret, so maybe you should just keep doing that. eventually we'll get the inhibitor.
It's gonna look for it. It has to stay aware of what's happening. Sigma tries to go in and flash forward that answer. There's the gap approach, but they're trying to get a gate onto. And he's gonna go gone. Ooh, Sigma actually goes once again to kick through Smash, but he has to flash away. He gets off the safety, but they're gonna lose the inhibitor. And there goes Dan. He wants to move towards the top. Sad, but he goes for the kill on Heat. Can he get him? Flashes forward, flashed away there by Heat, so he gets back to safety. Lenny now going to fight. He's in a 1v1. I don't think that Dan can win this one. There's the turret shot. Gets the shutdown.
That was a little bit overambitious from Dan. He didn't need to do it, but this was pretty still. Like maybe it didn't seem that good for mCon because they lost Nightmares at the start, but it was only Nightmares that died, and they got the inhibitor out of it. They got a lot of damage on the top lane turrets. So this is really what mCon wanted. MoonZone can't get anything out of it. They can't really go for the Baron right now. So they tried to go for the top lane turret, but it will be really hard to go against them.
Oh, there we go. Engaging the top lane. They want to go for the dive, but here we get the turnaround. Donnie is here. He wants to go for Monk. They do not get the finish until just now, so it took them very long. Trying to chase them down, but Sigma gets away to safety. Safe goes away. There goes Donnie. He goes very deep, and Nightmare is also on the chase. And here goes Sigma. He wants to go for the kick. Kicks it right into He gets the kill. So,
and you see the teleport from Dan coming in, and he wants to go in again, but there's the ultimate He's going on Venice. Venice is super low, gets killed by Sigma. And the kill from Dan. Can he continue? He's going in onto Ari, but there's a teleport again. He's getting charmed, and nothing will happen. Only, but there's the engagement. This is going on.
Yeah, Dan gets killed off by that. Heat. Sigma just surviving by a sliver of health. And Lenny is on the chase. Can he get that kill? Don't think he can. So pretty insane that Team MoonZone.
Donnie being so angry at the Grom that just respawned there.
Can he get the kill now? He's so good for Donnie. Gets faded for it, but nice pickup.
Wow, that what a fight! In the end, it's really difficult to say what happened because it just kept on going. They went in one by one, and it's a little bit like what Donnie did. It's a little bit dangerous because he splits from the rest of his team, which gives the opportunity to MoonZone to engage on the two people that are left, and they did that perfectly. But all the teleports burned, almost all cylinders down right now. mCon just taking the dragon, and what they really should do is just reset the game and go again. They have the bot lane inhibitor down, and they should just really go and settle the Baron.
Yeah, they have a lot of opportunities here to do so. But yeah, that fight was pretty insane. I mean, you have, I guess it was split up in 3 parts, sort of. Once Donnie channeled his ulti, they already pinged that Nightmares was walking in the river because they have that control ward standing there. So they knew he was on his way, like, okay, we can get an easy kill here onto Nightmares and perhaps then still go for a pretty good fight afterwards. So executed quite nicely by MoonZone.
Yes, definitely. And this is how they come back into the game. Just keep stacking up. Gangplank finishes Tarek's Gage right now. So these are the 3 items right now. So it's pretty good. Oh, I'm just doing a little bit of damage in mid lane. And mCon, what they're doing right now is I don't really like it because maybe they can't put enough pressure. They're a little bit scared of how much pressure they can get, but they should really push in and give them an opportunity to split push, because what they do now is that Sigma can just walk down and he's probably going to engage.
Yeah, they're going to go for the fight onto Anthrax. It's not the best target. Donnie going quite well himself. He's going to get out alive here. That's also to Monk as well. 2 kills, but in the meantime, Dan got killed in the bottom lane. So save that base for now. Did they get the kill into Heat? Doesn't look like it. They have the pressure onto the turret. Although Donnie went back to base. Have to wait for him to return, but
he really quickly. He can just hold back. Yeah. This was really good from mCon.
Gonna go for the Baron?
Yeah, they used the pressure from Dan to bait the Sigma down, and when they knew Sigma was down, they went in and went for the fight on mid lane. They got 2 kills and now they're going for the Baron, but Sigma is still around looking for the opportunity to steal this.
Yeah, trying to see if they can get in there. Sigma taking so much risk. He knows he has to be able to revive, but we really do not want to give that away. So decides to let it go. It's like, okay, let's just give them this one and let's try and reset later on because they are on the back foot right now. They need to defend.
Yeah, it was a great play by Seps, just zoning Sigma away, not being able to do anything. Very nice hitting on the Ari. So heat was really low, couldn't go in either. And now now Team MoonZone is really in trouble. The inhibitor did respawn, so that gives them a little bit of a breather, but mCon should really go for the 1-4. They should be able to go in. Oh, there goes.
Oh no, the flash engage, but there was a trap. Get the damage. Get away as the flash had to be used by Armheat to get it. Sebs was haunted by Sigma, but there we go. Nice ulti.
And meanwhile, Dan is just pushing top lane. He doesn't even have the Baron buff, and he doesn't care. He's just hitting the inhibitor turret. He's hitting the inhibitor. Probably going to get it with the help of Nightmare and Seps there. Great fight from Team MoonZone, but when you've got such a chase, it doesn't matter. And there they go. They go on Seps. Seps is down. And now Nightmare has to run away. He's getting slowed by the red buff from Xayah. And will be
the heal. But there we go, the ring from Dan and jumps right onto Monk and gets the kill. But I don't think, no, it does want to go right onto Lanny, but he has the ring for joins him. Can Armheat find a kill? He doesn't have a way to get back in there. Ult's almost off of cooldown. Does he want to go around chasing?
3 seconds? No. You saw him like deciding like, shall I go over the wall? Yes, no, and then he saw Tyrant walking up and okay, we don't. And the fights are really going in favor of Team MoonZone, but they don't get anything out of it, right? They have a mid and bot lane turret down, and that's it. They don't get the Baron, they don't get the turrets, and so the gold is still only 4,000 gold. So it's really close. But if you look at the turrets, it's 2 against 7. So every time mCon fights, it's on MoonZone's territory, and so MoonZone might win, but they lose it. So they always lose the turrets, and then they have to walk so far to get to the next objective that when they get there, mCon already revived and are back into the fight.
Yeah, so that's just unfortunate. I mean, you see them struggle so hard. They managed to win twice. Well done then.
Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna go fight one or even the ult from Nightmare was used trying to disengage, and now it's a 55. Can MoonZone now finally get something out of this?
That's the question. There's at least a lot of a breather right now. It's for 40 seconds. They don't have to deal with the annoying Jay split push. And with his build, it's just played Black Cleaver, Humus, Bloodthirster. Really going for that split push style of play. A lot of damage. And they're trying to go as 5 men into the mid lane, see if they can go for the mid turret. Venice is a little bit late, so they should probably be able to deal some damage on it. And they get the mid turret rather easily. And this is how you play against a Team Baron, right? You get a pick, and at once all the pressure of mCon is gone. mCon does seem to go for the Elder Dragon, but I'm not sure if they can go for it right now because they don't seem to be strong in a straight up 5v5 fight right now.
Yeah, it is a bit risky. Oh, as you see, Sigma is really looking forward to get engaged in somebody, but yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. But Donnie,
they're going in. Dandan is really far away. He already wasted. He got used his teleport, so he's not in range right now. So if Team MoonZone were to engage, it's a 5v4, but they don't, and Dandan just goes straight for the inhibitor. He is also as an out by just going to the top lane, and this is great play by mCon. And there's the game plan.
Oh no. Yeah, they're gonna go for the engage. They need to try and disengage, but they cannot get out. That's his caught. He's get killed by Lenny. Nash gets exhausted, and the chase is on by Ike. Get killed onto Brannish. The still not done. Misses the charm. Just after the Sigma goes forward. Gets the up. In the end, Knight as Lenny still not done. Wants to get that kill onto Donnie. But look at that base. They lost 2 inhibitors in trade for that fight. So again, they get a lot of kills. They win the fight, but they lose part of that base.
Yes, definitely. And this is what mCon wanted. They wanted to play the fight to get it to inhibitors. They didn't want to lose the fight that hard with giving up 3 kills for 1 and giving over the Elder Dragon to Team MoonZone. But if they just can wait out the 2 minutes of the Elder Dragon, they don't have that much of a problem right now because their top lane is going to push in, their bot lane is going to push in. And if they can just get 1 or 2 waves cleared on mid lane, what is MoonZone supposed to do right now? They can just use this time to reset the game again. And yes, they're getting back into the game kind of, because in gold wise they're only 1000 gold behind, so it's nothing really. But they need to get the objectives.
Yeah, and the other advantage that's also there for mCon is that in a bit over 1 minute, the Baron is going to respawn. And that's going to be about the time when the first couple waves of super moons is going to head into the base of Team MoonZone. So that's going to be really disadvantageous for them. I mean, they're going to have to deal with super minions. They're going to have to deal with the team of mCon pushing into that mid lane. And then they always have the opportunity to rotate towards the Baron once they see enough super minions in the base of Team MoonZone so that they can make the call safe for them.
Yeah, and this is, I think, what Dandan is doing is really smart. He doesn't have teleport, but what he does do is just stay bot lane, because Gangplank has to deal with him, right? If Gangplank is not there, he will just get the Nexus there, no problem. So Team MoonZone has to deal with him, and by being bot lane, he forces them to be there. And this also relieves pressure from the other side of the map. And you see Team MoonZone having great control over the Baron right now. Clear that that's their next objective. They still have a little bit of time with the Elder Dragon when it spawns, around 30 seconds left. So this is their time to fight. This is their opportunity, and they have all the vision cleared, so mCon is totally in the dark right now.
Yeah, for a second I thought we were gonna see an engage from Team MoonZone because they did see Dan sitting in that Triburst. There was a ward there at the time, but right now they're under pressure in the mid lane. By 4 people, and there's also still the pressure from Dan in their base, so it's gonna be a matter of time that they're gonna lose their base here, I think.
It's so annoying here. Team MoonZone is going to make the decision to go for Baron. I think it's the right call. They need to do something because otherwise they're going down. mCon has no vision and they don't see anything. The Baron is down already, 1000 health. There's the smite. Oh, what a play by MoonZone.
Amazing call, but we're going to get the ring gates. They don't want to give it away. That's brilliant. Dagger Sigma in for the kick. Get the Nightmare is closely, and also Donnie is going to die against Monk. It's just Granite remaining. And there we go, the final kill there. We have it. Double kill for Sigma, but insane turnaround from Sigma. Just excellent kick there.
Definitely, was really well played by MoonZone, but it's such a weird play by mCon. The Baron is already gone. Why do you want to fight? That is not your win objective. You want to go for the split push. You need to double down on that right now because you're not going to win the straight up fight. And Sigma with a great play, great kick, and maybe they can even finish right now. Then has to move away, and then he's going to chase it because he doesn't want them to recall, because this can be the end of the game.
Yeah, they're gonna go in for the push. Dan does his best. He does not have his summoner, and I think it's over. GGs are being called. So in the end, Team MoonZone is gonna steal away this game from mCon. They had pretty much all the opportunity to go for the win, but wow, the last fight was just the deal breaker, I think.
Definitely. You saw that the difference in styles between mCon and Team MoonZone. MoonZone really going for the team fights all the time and fighting, winning the fights, but losing their objectives. Yeah. But when you have all the objectives down and you don't get any more objectives, then the game stalls. And that's the time, especially late into the game, when Team MoonZone, when one decisive fight, can just push mid, get 4 turrets down and the Nexus, and it just straight up fight. Wow. Great call from MoonZone. The Baron call was really well done, and then when the opportunity presented itself, they just went for the fight, and they just out team fighted. I don't know how you say it. They just outplayed. They outfought mCon there really hard.
Yeah, like we saw the small lead up halfway through the game. We saw mCon going for the map, and yeah, MoonZone just taking all the fights and winning them. And slowly they got back into the game, and honestly, it wasn't until that last Baron play that the game was done, because I still thought that at that point, even if the Baron was going to MoonZone, that mCon would still have all the opportunities to win this game. But
Definitely.
yeah, the fight just turned off horribly for them, I guess.
That's a great first game. We have 3 more to go, so that's really fun. I hope all the games are going to be this close and this exciting. All the actions that went on, all the plays, mCon with great macro play, just not able to play it out perfectly, sadly. But we have Dorns and Avenue going up against each other in a couple of minutes, so...
Yeah, so we're going to have a little break, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes.